Hi, I'm Erin, founder of Fertile Hope Yoga. In this video, we're talking about what to do when you feel like you've hit a wall and have lost all hope. I don't know any fertility story or journey where you don't get to this point at some point in your journey. So today, I'm going to give you my best advice from over my decade of doing this work to get you back on track and ignite that light of hope in your heart. So number one, surround yourself with positivity. We get to choose. It's another thing we can control. We get to choose what we're listening to, what we're reading, who we're surrounding ourselves with, and how we're seeing the world. So I recommend getting a gratitude journal. Practice what you're grateful for daily. Go to my website, fertilehopeyoga.com. Download the fertility affirmation deck. It's all about resetting your thoughts to support you in where you want to be going. And we need those type of reminders. Create a vision board and choose inspirational audiobooks or books. Our mind is constantly chewing on something. So my recommendation is be deliberate on what you're feeding it. It's just as important as our literal food and our environment. Number two, surround yourself by people who get it. And the only people who are going to get it on this journey are other people who are in the same shoes as you. So if you are feeling a lack of community, reach out to me. I'll get you in my group. I will support you. There's so many groups online now, Facebook groups. Maybe your local fertility center will have an in-person support group. Find your people. I don't know how many people would be able to get to where they're going without that type of unconditional support. It's such a critical part of the programs that I offer through Fertile Hope Yoga. And through feedback, I know how much it's meant for the people who've had that type of unconditional love and support. Number three, switch it up, right? The saying is that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. So maybe it's time to get a second opinion. Maybe if you're in the thick of fertility treatments, it's time to check out something else. Every fertility clinic has its own unique approach. There's different ideas, there's different thoughts. Maybe it's time to dive into the lifestyle change that you've been avoiding. Maybe it was a not yet, or maybe it's like something you're still hanging on to. Guys, this is the time to take a deep dive. Here's a perfect story. One of my clients, she had her and her husband, they decided to do IVF. They did their first IVF. They had an unbelievable amount of eggs retrieved. Guess what? Not one fertilized. Do you know how devastating that was for her and her husband? So what did they do? They took the deep dive. They changed their diet, like big time. They did 90 days of a different med protocol. They got support. They did everything that they could do to change their outcome. And guess what? They're pregnant with twins. So anything's possible. You have to be willing to make some changes. That's where growth happens. And lastly, this is such a big, and I want you to really listen and take this to heart. You know best. Your intuition, your judgment, you know the next step. And you're doing it and you're taking it. Nobody else can tell you. There's no two ways to navigate this journey that are the same. There's a lot of similarities, especially if you're tapped into trying to conceive community that you'll see, but no two journeys alike. And there's lots of ways to approach things. So listen to your intuition. There's no need to doubt yourself. Just own it. Own what you know to be your truth and go with that. No looking back. So if you found this helpful, like, share, comment. Let me know what else you're wanting from these videos. And if you haven't yet, I mentioned my website, fertilehopeyoga.com, where you can get started with your free fertility affirmation deck. Thanks for listening.